Hey guys, this is Stu from Death Dealer.
This is Cobra Page from Cobra and the Lotus.
Hail and kill everybody. This is Ross the Boss.
This is Vicky Sarakis from The Agonist.
This is Tony from Sonata Arctica, and you're listening to the Great Metal Debate podcast.
All right, Great Metal Debate listeners, this is Brian and my friend Colin coming at you from the Marathon Music Works in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm actually sitting on the couch with Michael Sweet from Stryper. Michael, welcome.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Great to be here.
Well, it's good to have you. You're kind of a legend, at least in my eyes, of metal and rock and roll.
Don't really feel like a legend, but hey, I'll take it. I'm glad to hear that you've been listening that long and paying attention that long. That's really cool.
I am that old. We actually went to see you in Hazard, Kentucky the last time you were there.
Oh yeah, I was
sick. You were sick, man. And you came out. It was quite obvious that you were not going to be able to sing, but you still powered through.
Yeah, I was very sick. I mean, I couldn't even talk, and we just played there.
Right. 2 nights ago, something like that?
A few nights ago.
Yeah.
And we had a great show. I was able to sing.
Excellent.
And, redemption, and here we are in Nashville tonight, and we're excited because Nashville's a great town.
It is.
We've done a lot here. We have a lot of friends here, and it's an exciting night for sure.
Right. Now, this is the anniversary tour, the 30th anniversary of To Hell with the Devil. Let me ask the obligatory, how's the tour going so far?
Really good. I mean, we're, I want to say 26 dates in.
Yeah.
27, something like that.
Right.
So we've only got like 9 or 10 left.
Sort of on the end leg of it.
We're on the end leg of it. A little less than 2 weeks to go, and it's been really good. I've been able to get through every show and sing, and I've been very happy with the way everything's sounding and whatnot. So I couldn't be more pleased. The response has been amazing.
Yeah.
The set's amazing. The crowd seems very pleased with what's going on. It's cool.
Where does the grind kick in on a tour like that? That's 2 months or so. You mean
in terms of just falling into the
tired
groove?
And having to.
Probably right about now.
Right about now.
Okay. We're starting to feel a little tired, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's just that feeling like you have a day off, and it doesn't feel like a day off.
Right. You have a day off tomorrow. Will you guys travel tonight, or will you?
We travel tonight, and we have a day off tomorrow. And it's just, in the beginning, it felt like a day off, but now it doesn't.
Now it doesn't.
It feels like that was a day off. I want another one.
Exactly.
Because you want to rest and chill. But hey, it's all good. This is what we do. We've been doing it for 33 years actually, and we're not complaining at all.
Sure.
No complaints. We're very happy.
Now think back to that very first tour that you were on, and then the tour that you're doing now. What is the biggest difference? Whatever form you want to put that. What's the biggest difference in the tours then?
Well, there's so many differences. There's a lot of similarities. The band feels like we're in our prime, and like we haven't skipped the beat, so to speak. The differences are, of course, we were playing arenas back then. And it was a 3-bus, 3-semi tour, much bigger crew. It was a whole different organization.
Right.
And a different day in the music world. I mean, people bought albums, and that hair metal, if you want to call it, was at the top of the charts.
Right. Well, along those lines, I mean, you guys have played the massive arena shows, and now you're playing these smaller venues. What's the biggest difference in the music industry?
Oh man, well, I mean, the biggest difference is the fact that we're in a streaming world now. It's not about sales.
Right.
When you release an album, 25 years ago that would have sold 100,000 first week out. Now it's 10,000.
Yeah.
If that. And it's just a different world. Nobody buys music these days. So it's difficult. It's never been about the money for me or us, but at the same time, you have to think about the money.
Absolutely.
Because you got bills to pay and people to feed, and so it gets a little dicey. So you got to get creative in how you go about making the money.
Yeah. Because before it was all music sales, and now it's
all music sales. Now it's not. I mean, you don't make any money on music sales for bands like us.
Yeah.
You know, if you're Lady Gaga, you make a lot of money. Our music sales not for us.
Right.
We make a little money from touring, not that much.
Right.
We make a little money from merch, not that much.
Right.
But we try to continually work and keep things going so it's consistent.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Because we really would prefer not to, at least yet, go get a job at Dunkin' Donuts. You know, that day may come.
Yeah, I would
Nothing
like that,
against
actually,
people that work at Dunkin' Donuts.
Sure. No, I got that. Yeah. Well, so like, I mean, you're a little more seasoned now. How do you juggle tour and family and that sort of thing?
It's hard. I mean, that's another difference from the past. It's much harder these days because we do have families.
Right.
We do have other responsibilities. So when you just up and leave those and take your suitcase with you, it's harder.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And so we don't like to go out on long runs. Typically, we'll go out for 2 or 3 weeks. This is an 8-week run.
Wow.
So this is like the old
Will you
days.
not make it home at all during that time, or
No.
will they be able to come see you? Or?
Yeah, my wife is out right now, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've seen my wife on occasion. The guys have seen their wives on occasion.
Yeah.
But it's more like the past.
Right.
You know, we got on a bus and we were gone for 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah. Think back a little bit, if you would. And was there a moment, and I ask all the artists that I interview this question, you're listening to a song, a video, you're playing a song, and you think, holy crap, I can do this. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. Was there a music epiphany for you?
Not really. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, because I grew up in a musical home.
You did. I've heard that.
Yeah, I was born into it.
Right.
So it's all I've ever known.
Right.
I grew up around when I was a little toddler, hearing my parents rehearse.
Yeah.
And perform with the band. And
right.
Go and travel and play clubs.
Right.
Make records. Then when I got old enough, I started recording with my dad.
Yeah.
It's all I've ever known. So it's just been a lifetime experience instead of a one-time moment.
Wow.
It just hasn't ever been like that.
Was it... Now, you being a Christian and labeling yourself as a Christian band, your faith is very important. Was your music a calling? Was it what God put you on earth to do?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't like to label ourselves a Christian band.
Gotcha.
I feel that it limits us.
Okay.
You know, when people go to Best Buy and they ask the manager, where's the Stryper album? And he says, it's in the back corner of the store under the Christian category.
I gotcha. Okay.
And when Megadeth, whose album came out the same week, is in the front of the store.
Right.
That's what I have a problem with.
Okay, yeah.
That drives me insane. So I don't want to be labeled a Christian band.
Glad I could bring that up for you then.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm trying to educate people.
No, I got you, yeah.
People, when I say things like that, get up in arms, some people.
Right.
Because they feel like I'm denying who we are. And denying Christ and denying God. I'm not.
No.
But I hate labels. I hate them all. I don't like all the different labels and tags put on this style of music is this type of rock.
Right.
It's like, it's rock, it's country, it's pop, that's it.
Right. So our podcast is called The Great Metal Debate, and we debate a lot about genres, and so that's not important to you. I mean, because your new solo album is a little bit different from...
It's heavier.
Yeah.
It's definitely heavier, but it's still a rock record.
Sure, yeah.
You know, you want to call it hard rock, you want to call it metal.
Right.
It's a rock record.
Gotcha.
And it's not a pop record, and it's not a Christian rock record.
Right.
You know, but I don't know, man. I don't want to be limited.
Gotcha.
And I feel like labels put you in a box.
I have seen you, I mean, you've had ample opportunity to deny the Christian faith, but you don't do that. Like I saw an interview you did with Skolnick on the one-on-one, and it was almost like he offered you a way out with a question to get out from under that label, but you don't choose that at all.
No, never. We never run from that. We're always proud of that.
Sure.
We never sweep it under the carpet.
Right.
We always proclaim it boldly. But at the same time, no Christian labels, but you know, I used the example of this. You know, why don't we call Slayer? Why don't we put a label on Slayer and any other band like them?
Right.
Satanic metal.
Yeah.
Put a category at Best Buy that says satanic metal.
Okay. We don't do that.
Right.
Why do you think that is, man?
It's silly.
Well, I mean, people try to put Christians in a box. I know that. I mean,
They try to put Christian in a box, and they try to put other people in a box as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like labels.
Right. Now we have we have a lot of listeners overseas, and we have a lot of atheists who listen to our podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Is there anything that you would say to them?
I love atheists, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk to them all the time. We have many fans who are atheists. I did an album with an atheist.
Yeah,
George
Lynch. Yeah, oh, that's. Man. I saw that. Man, that was a great show.
Yeah,
even
man.
when you weren't singing.
Oh man, dude, I tell you. But it's like I love atheists like anybody else, and
Sure.
I have no problem, no beef with them, and I think it comes down to, at the end of the day, respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to, as human beings, respect one another.
Right.
You know, even if we have our differences, which we do, there are many. That's the problem I have with the election. It's like there's no respect.
There really
from
isn't.
both sides.
Quite humorous.
There's just
at times.
no respect, and it's sad to see.
It is. It's very dividing.
It's very, very sad to see.
Yeah. Actually, Colin had a question for you. Colin, why don't you ask Michael your question?
Sure. Because you're a Christian, does being a Christian affect the kind of music that you listen to or the music you play?
No. I mean, I listen to all different types of music. I listen to mainstream. I don't listen to Christian music.
Sure. Okay.
And the reason
You really do have a problem with that kind of label and.
No, well, I mean
not a problem, but you don't want that.
Me not listening to Christian music has nothing to do with my issue with labeling.
Gotcha.
I don't listen to Christian music because it just doesn't float my boat.
Okay.
You know, I'm just being honest.
No, I'd take that over BS any day.
I mean, like growing up, when my friends, we started going to church, and all my friends at church said, "Oh man, you got to hear this band," you know. And I checked them out, a Christian band.
Right.
I don't really care for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but then my brother says, "Oh, Mike, you got to check this out." You know, Aerosmith. I was like, I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely.
And that's just kind of my take on it.
Right.
So it's never determined who I am as a musician.
Right.
I listen to all different types of music: jazz, country, rock. I appreciate all types of music if it's good, well produced, well written.
Right.
You know, and I think like a lot of Christian, not all, but a lot of Christian stuff is kind of the easy way out. It's sometimes not well produced, not well written.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know, it brings to mind a memory when I hung out with a metalhead when I was younger, and I remember hearing for the first time "Makes Me Want to Sing," which is like hands down my favorite song of you guys, and I remember having to turn my head because I was kind of tearing up, thinking there are people out there that worship like I think we should worship. It was really a moment for me, and I just appreciate that.
Awesome.
And life's been a lot different, for me ever since, So.
Well, that's really cool, man. And that's why we do this.
Sure.
To try to reach the depths of the heart,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Colin is a new Christian and a new fan of the band, and he's just embraced it
awesome.
Incredibly. Yeah, he's going to be a Stryper minion, I think. What's one of your favorite memories just over your career?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
I know that's
there's
a
so
tough
many because
one.
I mean we've been around the world so many times and we've seen so many things.
Right.
Just the old days with the guys, the heyday, the feeling we had as young guys.
Sure.
Seeing the world, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Did it ever
It'll
overwhelm
never be
you?
repeated. Oh, yeah.
Ever go to your head? Ever you
never
think?
went to our heads, but it did overwhelm us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Totally overwhelmed us, and it made us realize when the band broke up.
Right.
I think we all realized how special it was.
Yeah.
And here we are together again.
Again.
And that's the beauty about everything that we do, and what God does is He restores relationships.
Nice.
And here we are going stronger than ever. At least it feels like it.
Oh, absolutely. You guys have a distinct sound, and it's not. And like there are a lot of bands that try to do one sound and they don't accomplish it. You guys do your sound and you do it very well. Do you intend, or does it just come out that way?
Well, I mean, there are certain intentions. I mean, we do sit down and, like, for example, way back in the day, I purposely went out and tried to get the signature tone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted a signature tone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just plug into a Marshall.
Right.
And I went out and I checked out different things, and I got this and bought that, and for a couple of years tried all different things until I came up on a Lab Series head.
Yeah.
Preamped out into a Marshall, and there was the Stryper tone born.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I call it like Boston and Michael Schenker.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Put in a blender and then you add some steroids to that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what our sound is.
I love Schenker.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's a very unique sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
it is definitely.
It's a lot of stuff like that was thought out and planned out and worked on.
Right.
To help develop the sound of the band.
Yeah.
The vocal harmonies. We worked on those
God.
3-part harmonies. We love the Beach Boys. We love Queen.
Right.
Classic. You know, we love bands that sing
exactly.
harmonies.
Yeah.
So we incorporated that into our music.
Dude, it freaked me out, like when you couldn't sing at the Hazard Show, like you and Oz, how similar you sound when you sing sometimes, and I never noticed it until you had to.
We do. We have similar voices, and that's why we blend so much.
Right.
You know.
Right.
We blend so well. I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and we've worked hard on that. You know.
Right. Now, you guys will finish this tour, the 30th anniversary tour. Are you at this point in your career where you don't have to plan what's next, or do you have plan? What is next for Stryper?
Well, we don't know, to be honest. I mean, we're kind of, after this tour, we're going to take a break.
Right.
We got a one-off Monsters of Rock cruise, and then we're going to take a break and just kind of figure out how to proceed and when to proceed and all that good stuff.
Right, right.
And we're going to do that. There are going to be, I think, some changes in a good way.
Really?
Yeah. I do.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you want to, you can come stay at the lake if you want to at the house. Just come on by. Mom will cook biscuits. She's awesome.
Oh,
at that
man.
kind of stuff.
Love that stuff, man.
Really no set plans. You just know that there's changes and you're going to keep going, correct?
Definitely going to keep going. We have a plan to do a new album.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I already talked to Frontiers about it. It'll be with Frontiers again. We just don't have on the calendar the date.
Are you already writing? Does that happen on the road or?
No. The way I do albums these days is literally 2 or 3 weeks before recording.
Right.
That's when I start writing.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
It's just the way I work. I work well under pressure, and I don't like having 30 ideas to choose from.
Gotcha.
I hate that.
Focused and directed and
in the old days, that's the way we did it. But nowadays, I like just writing 12 songs and that's it. You either know they're good or you know they're bad.
Yeah. There it is.
And I feel it's a waste of energy to put all that energy into the real song on the real recording.
That's really kind of opposite of what musicians throw darts and just write 50 songs and hope you hit the right one kind of thing.
I think it's one of the silliest things.
Really? You just sit down and you mean to do this thing in this way. Yeah.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
Think about a band that goes and spends 2 years writing an album. 2 years.
Right.
And then they sit for 6 months thinking about what songs they're going to record.
Right.
I don't get that.
So do you just sit down and pound it out till you get the sound you want?
Pound it out. I start on a riff, and I play it with the drum groove, and I say to myself, I'm not feeling that.
Right.
Next riff. Start on another riff.
Okay.
Start a drum groove. Look at my wife. She's making dinner, and I go, hey, I like this.
Like that.
And she goes, that's cool.
Yeah. Does she ever nix some of your songs? She's like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
like
sometimes. I mean, she doesn't nix it, but sometimes I can tell by the reaction.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's good. Or, I love that. That's
there you
awesome.
go. There you go.
And then I'll know what's good, and when I know it's good, and people around me know it's good, I run with that.
Yeah.
And then it's usually 2 or 3 hours working on that song, and it's done.
Gotcha. Well, where can fans pick up music and merchandise for Stryper?
Oh gosh, they can go to Pick and Save, dollar stores. No, I'm kidding. They can buy it at Stryper.com, Stryper Shows, and PortMerch.com.
Okay, cool.
Those are the people that make our merch, and you can buy it directly from their site as well.
Excellent. Well, Michael Sweet of Stryper fame, thank you for being with us.
Thanks, buddy.
Those Great Metal Debate listeners, tune in and go pick up some Stryper stuff, I promise you. Now, Michael, I'm going to ask you to run along because I have a show I want to get to, and I've got to get up front. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, dude. God bless you guys.